Hello, hi, hola. Buenos días, buenas tardes. Estoy afuera y ahora estoy afuera en una iglesia de San Isidro acá en Carroll, Corrales。我而家就喺一個historical 即係歷史嘅一間教堂嘅外邊啦，咁樣，咁就而家呢個鎮叫做Corrales，咁就喺Albuquerque 附近咁樣咯。So right now I am outside this historic church of San Isidro, and in Corrales, which is like one of the villages that is close to Albuquerque, just outside of Albuquerque. Sin embargo, fui en la casita detrás de mí。咁我其實頭先咧就係去咗後邊呢間屋啦。So I was actually inside this casa behind me。咁 it's the casa de San Isidro。Es como una colección de las cosas familiares, las cosas de las casas en siglo XVII, XIX, 18。咁其實我身後即係其實呢間屋咧就係佢入邊就有好多唔同嘅即係物件，即係家居嘅物件啦、屋企啦。咁佢就係將由大概啲嘢可能係講緊17、18、19世紀咁樣，咁佢哋就即係睇翻以前啲人點樣生活啦咁。So I'm in front of this castle in San Isidro. So it's like there is this collector that collects a lot of different things from, like back then when the Spanish settlement was here, and then during like the 16th century, 17th century, 18th century, 19th century, and then like all sort of different things, and he put it together, like bring the house back together, build it in a style that sort of just tell the history of how people used to live here. Entonces, la casa se trata como la gente anterior vivieron acá en este lugar, en este estado. Entonces es muy interesante, también muy bonito. 咁超靚啦，超有趣啦。咁 it was really beautiful, it was really interesting. There were a lot of stuff, and the docent was very knowledgeable, and so we had a great time. 咁超級有趣啦。咁個導賞員都係即係有好多即係唔同嘅資料啊、知識啊，咁都係即係好正啦咁樣。咁所以都幾有趣嘅咁。Caminé acá por como una hora y media desde lo que me alojo。咁我其實係由我住嗰度行過嚟，大概行1個半鐘啦。咁 so I walked here from where I was staying right now. It was around like 1 hour and a half, and then like I did not know like there was supposed to be a dedicated time for guided tour。咁我其實唔知道係要點樣 work 嘅，我就係知道有個地方我早啲嚟睇下啦，因為附近其實咩都冇啦，我又冇揸車啦咁樣。Es que no alquilo un coche y entonces solo como busqué algo para visitar, para conocer, y encontré este lugar en el mapa y vine y descubrí hay como un recorrido. Sin embargo, solamente empezó a las 18 10 y media, y yo llegué a las 10:15. Entonces tenía que esperar. Sin embargo, todo vale la pena。咁我嚟到係10點零鐘啦。咁我其實唔知道原來其實即係佢係有限咗時間，原來10點半先係 tour 啦。咁總之咁我嚟到咁就即係等咗一陣咯。咁但係係好值得睇嘅咁樣啦。咁就so it's like $6 and because like I didn't really know like they have a fixed time for the tour. It's like 10:30. So when I arrived, it was like around 10 something. So I waited for a bit, but it was like really lovely. It was really just worth the pain. So anyway, let's get to the reading. Vamos a leer. 咁我哋開始讀書啦。Read to Resist Day 426。當閱讀也是抗爭第426日。A Concise History of Hong Kong by John Mark Carroll。香港簡史從殖民地到特別行政區，著者高馬可，譯者林立偉。Furthermore, MacLehose was the first post-war governor who did not have to worry about tensions with China. Britain and China had begun negotiations for normalizing relations during Prime Minister Edward Heath's administration. Relations between Britain and China became even better after China began its open door policy in the late 1970s and started to play a larger role in Hong Kong's economy. Whereas in 1972, the United States and Britain were Hong Kong's first and second most important markets. By 1986, China had become its second largest market. The United States was still the largest, while Britain had dropped to the fourth place. In 1972, Japan and China were Hong Kong's top two sources of imports. Britain was number 4. By 1981, China had overtaken Japan as Hong Kong's largest source of imports. By 1986, Britain had dropped to Hong Kong's 7th largest source of imports. In overall terms, by 1986, Hong Kong was doing more business with China than with any other country. 此外，麥理浩是戰後第一個不用擔心與中國關係緊張的港督。在首相希斯 Edward Heath 主政期間，英中兩國開始談判恢復正常關係。中國在1970年代末開始開放政策後，中英關係有所改善。中國也開始在香港經濟中扮演更大角色。1972年，美國與英國分別是香港第一和第二大市場。到了1986年，中國已成為它的第二大市場。美國仍居首位，而英國則跌至第4位。在1972年，日本和中國是香港最大的進口來源地，英國排第4。到了1981年，英國跌至香港第7大進口地。總體而言，到了1986年，香港與中國的生意往來多於任何其他國家。Entonces, esta es la lectura hoy. Se trata la historia, la relación de negocio sobre Hong Kong y China, y es que en los 80s China se convirtió es lo más grande ¿cómo se dice? Las grandes parejas de negocio a Hong Kong y entonces también se importó mucho más cosas que los demás países。咁其實都幾有趣啦，就係講緊即係去到即係70、80年代，我哋香港經濟起飛嘅時候，即係逐漸去到80年代嘅時候，其實就係中國成為咗香港即係個生意來往上面即係最大嘅即係合作或者即係最多生意來往嘅一個嘅國家啦咁樣樣。而英國就即係越嚟越收皮啦咁樣樣，咁呢個都係即係見到即係其實係咁樣睇條 timeline 咁樣睇條時間線嘅時候，就即係發現即係嗰件事其實係點講咧？即係你都好難避得過即係俾中國入侵，即係或者即係嗰個入侵係講緊即係唔係真係真槍實彈嘅入侵啦，而係嗰種即係文化經濟同埋即係佢喺個底裏面點樣去影響你香港嗰樣嘢咯。So it's very interesting to see like now that we put back the timeline together like this, you know, like and read about it with the context we have right now, then you can see, you know, how in the 80s was actually, you know, like China is like having a lot of influence in Hong Kong in a way that is through kind of like doing businesses, and so is affecting a lot of things under the table in a way, you know, like so very subtle changes or very subtle kind of adaptation Hong Kong people would like to do for, you know, gaining businesses from China, all that stuff, right? So yeah, so this is very interesting. So anyway, like I think like New Mexico is super cool, super interesting state. 咁我覺得新墨西哥真係的而且確好有趣嘅一個地方啦，個歷史都係好得意嘅，咁又睇嘅嘢都好唔同啦。咁para mí Nuevo México de Estados Unidos acá es muy interesante y me gusta mucho la naturaleza y también las arquitecturas. Entonces, tengo muchas ganas para visitar mucho más diferentes lugares después. Sin embargo, ahora terminamos。咁我哋係咯，咁我今日就即係同大家睇咗呢個屋啦，咁樣樣，即係其實呢度啲屋都係即係咁上下呢種設計啦，咁都係好靚嘅，我覺得。咁都期待可以即係再睇其他唔同嘅地方，佢哋嘅大自然都係超靚嘅。So I'm looking forward to like see more nature and I really like New Mexico and then hopefully can show you more as well, like the beautiful surroundings here. Entonces hablamos, nos vemos mañana. 咁我哋聽日再見啦。So see you again tomorrow. Bye bye, ciao.